Okay everyone, here is another math video for you, hopefully to help you with dividing a whole number by a fraction. This will go with lesson 12.3. This is my second time making this video because I went through the whole thing a moment ago and I didn't turn the camera on. So let's see, maybe I'll make it a little better the second time around. Here you go, dividing a whole number by a fraction. I've written your steps here. We'll go ahead and do 3 problems together. 2 of them, the last 2, are going to be on tonight's homework. So if you watch the whole lesson, you'll get the answers to 2 problems on your homework tonight. All right, so the first thing we have to do when we divide a whole number by a fraction is turn that whole number into a fraction. You know how to do this. We did it when we multiplied with a whole number. All you do is put a 1 under the whole number, and now it's a fraction. It's an improper fraction, but it's still a fraction. Step number 2, you're going to flip your operation and your second fraction. When we do a problem, you'll see what that looks like. Third step is multiply. That's where this comes in. You might be thinking, Mrs. Takbian, you just said we're dividing. Well, we are dividing, but when we flip our second fraction, we're turning our division problem into multiplication, which we all know is so much easier than dividing. So let's take a look and see what these steps look like. Okay, our first problem is going to be 15, a whole number, divided by a fraction. Okay, so the steps that I just told you, the first one was to turn the whole number into a fraction by putting a 1 underneath. So that's what I've done there. The next step was to flip your operation so that division symbol, the opposite of division is multiplication, turns into a multiplication symbol, and 3/5 gets flipped over, so now it's 5/3. Now, my last step is to multiply, but I know to make my life easier, I want to see if I can reduce before I multiply, and I know we've been kind of struggling with that. So, I have to look across my fractions at numerators and denominators. So I'm going to look here, kind of in the shape of an X. So 5 and 1. I can't reduce 5 and 1 because I know 1 is already in simplest form. I can't reduce it anymore. So I'm going to look at this side of my X. I have a 3 and a 15. Now, if I don't know where to start on seeing if I can reduce, I'm going to start with 2. So, can 2 divide evenly into 3? It cannot. Okay, what comes after 2? 3. Let me try 3. Can 3 divide into 3? Of course. All right. But I have to see if 3 can also divide into 15. 3 can divide into 15. So I'm going to reduce by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Last step was to multiply. 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 1 is 1. And that, I know, is my whole number, 25. All right, there's one example. I'm going to show 2 more. This next one is going to be on your homework tonight. Okay, and that problem is 6. Oops, I got a little ahead of myself. 6 divided by 1/3. Now, I want to turn that into I want to turn that whole number into a fraction. I'll do that now. That's my first step. 6/1. And my second step is to flip and flip. So I keep my first fraction, I flip that division to multiplication, and I flip that second fraction over. So now I have 3/1. I have to multiply now, but I first want to see if I can reduce. So I look at this part of my X, I have a 1 and a 3. Can't do anything. I look at this part of my X, I have a 1 and a 6. Can't do anything. Oh well, I just have to multiply. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1. Again, I know that is my whole number 18. That's on your homework. Let's do one more. Okay, last problem is 4 divided by 2/7. First step, turn this into a fraction. 4/1 divided by 2/7. Second step, flip and flip. First fraction stays the same, division turns into multiply, and 2/7 flips into 7/2. I have to multiply, but I know I want to reduce first. 1 and 7. Can't do anything with a 1, so can't do anything there. 2 and 4. Well, I'm going to start with 2. Can 2 divide into 2? It can. Can 4 be divided by 2? It can. All right, so I'm going to reduce by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now I multiply. 2 times 7 is 14. 1 times 1 is 1. I know that is the whole number 14. And I hope that helps you with your homework tonight. You've got 2 free answers.